Week 1 is just around the corner in the NFL. As you can see here, it's a great Week 1 slate. A lot of good games to start us out, especially a lot in prime time. And we're going to go through each one and rank them kind of based on how exciting or how fun they're going to be to watch. So there's 16 games. So coming in at that 16th spot, it is Arizona visiting maybe the worst team in football in the New Orleans Saints. This is just one of those that, the Saints are horrible. The Cardinals, I think they could surprise this year, but as it stands, they're nothing special. So, but on top of that, it could be a blowout. So you have a blowout in a game where neither team is necessarily super interesting. So that's last place to me. Not too much to think about there. We get to see the rookie quarterback's first game for New Orleans, see the Arizona hoping to take a step forward. Did they put it together? And we might get a taste of that in Week 1, but I just don't know that there's enough in this game to have it any higher. The next one on this list is also not great, but it does have some more upside. So this one I think could be one of the biggest blowouts of the week, and you can see that Denver favored by 8.5. Rightfully so. This is a horrible spot for Tennessee. You get Cam Ward's first game of his career, which that's why it's ahead of 16th place. I think Cam Ward's debut is more exciting. But he's going against this Denver defense that is so good, and they might eat him alive in this first week. It could be tough. It could be a blowout quickly. And anyway, slice it. This just shouldn't be a great game. If it is a good game, Broncos, that's a bit concerning for them. They're a much better team. They're just so much better, and it shouldn't be close, in my opinion. So that is the bottom two. Now moving on to this one here between Cincinnati and Cleveland. Again, another road team. They're favored by 5.5 here, similar to that Arizona spread, but I think Cincinnati's a bit more exciting. I'm curious to see what they have going this year. And Cleveland, it's Joe Flacco starting, so no fun stuff at quarterback that we're going to see. Cleveland just won't be very interesting. They won't be very good. The only interesting thing is can Cincinnati avoid yet another slow start? This is a game they should easily win, but it's Week 1. They struggle early in the season, so we'll see. But pretty bad game down at 14th. Coming in at 13th, then we have the Giants visiting Washington. Washington favored by 6.5, and this could be a sneaky good game. You forget that the Giants played the Commanders close both times last year. Those were two very close games, and they could surprise. Close again this year. Washington, they're a good team. Jane Daniels is amazing, but they have some holes on that roster. So don't write this one off as an easy victory. They should win, but don't write this one off and not pay attention to it at all. But coming up next on the list, two teams that are below average, but should be a tight game. And, I feel like one of them could maybe surprise for a playoff chance this year. We'll see. But it should be a close game. It should be fun. Daniel Jones' first game with the Colts. Tua and the Dolphins. Can they put it together? We'll see. Like I said, Indianapolis only favored by 2. Should be a fairly decent game. Next up, though, Carolina and Jacksonville. This feels very similar to the past one, but a slight step up. I'm more excited about both of these teams. I love to see what Bryce Young can do. Can he continue from last season what he was doing? And Jacksonville, can they really put it together? Trevor Lawrence, it's about time. They got to start winning games. So I think this is a big Week 1 game. It's awesome one of them gets to start 1-0, and I think it's going to be tight, going to be down to the wire, and I'm excited to see this one play out. Next up, we have Vegas visiting New England. All this offseason hype for New England, I'm buying it a little bit. I don't think I have New England in the playoffs, but I have them close. Easy schedule, of course, but they've improved. I love the Vrabel hire as well. This is our chance to see it. They should come out, then they should win this game if the hype is true. However, the Raiders, Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, I like the additions there. Those are stabilizing additions. So they should be better. They should be better, and this should be a close game, and it should be fun. We're going to learn a little about both teams. Coming in at number 9, speaking of learning, I don't even know what we have in these teams a little bit. The Jets, big drop-off, but this is a revenge game for both sides. The Jets maybe trying to get back at Rodgers for the chaos he caused, and Rodgers trying to get back at the Jets for just cutting him. This one, Pittsburgh's only favored by 3, so this one, the Jets could win this game. Don't be shocked. So I'm very interested to see how this one plays out. They get that revenge game right off the bat, so definitely should be entertaining nonetheless, at least in storyline wise. But I think it could be a lower scoring game, so not crazy exciting. But next up is a divisional battle in week 1. I like that. And it's San Francisco's favored by 2.5 on the road. And I agree. I think San Francisco, when healthy, is a better team. They have Shanahan as coach. However, I'll go over it in my week 1 picks in a week. Something in this feels like Seattle could win this game. Obviously, they can. I'm almost leaning towards them. But this should be a great game. It really could go either way. And I'm very excited to see, 1, what Sam Darnold looked like on the Seahawks, and 2, what's this kind of reshaped Niners team look like? Can they be as dominant as they used to be? So we'll see, but that's a good week 1 game. Comes in at 8. Number 7, we have another divisional game. I have this one slightly higher because these are the 2 favorites to win the division. In the NFC West, it's Niners and Rams, but here in the NFC South, while I do have the Bucs fairly comfortably winning, this is a chance for Atlanta, who's the second most likely team to win the division, to come right out and stake their claim and be like, hey, we're here to take the division this year. So this is a big game. Tampa Bay only favored by 2. This one's in Atlanta. And you know what? The Falcons have to win it. It's week 1. There should be no must-win games, but you have to win this game if you want a chance to win the division, in my opinion. They can't let Tampa Bay come into Atlanta and beat them right off the bat. And then coming at number 6, this is one I would have it lower without it. Not too much lower if it wasn't the kickoff game. I'm so excited for kickoff. I think we all are. And it moves its way up the spot because of that. It's a great selection for kickoff. You get a lot of eyes on these 2 teams. A lot of people hate at least one, if not both of these teams, so maybe some hate watching as well. But Cowboys, Eagles, division rivalry, the whole NFC East champion doesn't repeat thing. Will that start here? We'll see. But it's a good selection for the kickoff game. Comes in at 6 there. And coming in at 5, we have kind of a sneaky good game here. It's Texans at Rams. 2 teams that I feel like are in similar boats the last couple years, both going 10-7 the last 2 years, both, not making it past the divisional round. So it's like they're good enough to be there, but not good enough to take that next step. They both want to take that next step this year, and I think they're both capable, but this is a great week 1 contest to show us a kind of a measuring stick game for each team. Where are they at? And I think it's going to be a good one. It should be a close game. It's going to be a lot of fun in Los Angeles there. But then at 4 now, this one's exciting to me. I'm really, really excited about this one. It's Monday Night Football, great selection for week 1. There's a lot to be excited about here. On the Vikings side, you have a roster that just won 14 games, maybe even improve the roster, except you swap out Darnold for McCarthy. And can McCarthy step into the shoes? Darnold, not the biggest shoes to fill. And I'm just curious to see what we get from McCarthy. And then the Bears, can Ben Johnson revitalize Caleb Williams and really kind of make him have a sophomore explosion? So we'll see. Great Monday night game. Coming in at 3, though, we have the Lions visiting the Packers. And I had to double check when I did this. I wrote Green Bay's favored by 2. And I was like, that must have meant Detroit. But no, Green Bay's favored by 2. I'm not saying I disagree. Everyone's been so high on Detroit the last couple years. I'm surprised to see them underdog in week 1. But I agree. I think Packers are a very good team, and this is a great game. These 2 are going to be competing for the division this year with the other 2 teams. It's going to be a tight division, but huge week 1 game. Big game. Love the spot for it. It's a great game in week 1. Number 2, we have the Chiefs versus the Chargers in Brazil. This is a neutral site game. And it's a great one. The Chargers, year after year after year, people say it, and I've agreed some years. It's like, this is the time. The Chargers are going to overtake the Chiefs. They never do. And this would be a great start to showing, hey, this year we mean business. If they can get a win here, they can maybe start to flip that narrative, but they have to start beating them. And, it's a huge week 1 divisional game. It's going to be a lot of fun also. And then coming in at number 1, it's without a doubt the best game in my opinion. You get Baltimore at Buffalo. What more could you ask for here? A rematch of the divisional round last year. That was a great game. The 2 MVP candidates. You have maybe the 2 frontrunners to win the AFC. The Chiefs, we always feel like, oh, they're going to take a step back, and they don't. But whatever. These 2, and maybe with the Chiefs, are the class of the AFC, and we get to see them in week 1 going at it on Sunday Night Football. You couldn't ask for anything better. Super pumped for this one. Great way to start the season. It's a great week 1 slate, and I think they did great with the primetime games in week 1 as well. A lot of good primetime selections. it's a good way to start the season. Super excited, and let me know what y'all think.